Hello, TM. You're the first one up. 34 mail check. Thank you very much for that. Give me a name as well instead of TM. Hello, Amber. Good to see you, dear. Tambi. Hello, dear. Now, are you guys hearing me and seeing me okay in both YouTube and Facebook? Timothy, what do you think? Are the resolution and the sound okay on YouTube? Sound is good. And resolution? Good, Amber. Thank you. So hope you guys have had your tea. Well, I guess it's pretty late for you guys. It's just before noon here, 11:30. And I have a concoction of two wonderful teas mixed together. Guess what? Not bad. Actually, I have a tea from UK. Both are from UK. The blend that I've made today. One is organic chamomile. Look at that. Nicely packaged. Taylor's. Since 1886. Nicely packaged, individually wrapped. Very nice tea bags. Look at that. Very clean, very nice. From UK. And then I have this one, which also from UK. Very nicely wrapped, clean, and beautiful tea bags. Look at the tea bag. It's, see how beautiful it is? With pomegranates and I think rose petals and things like that. Very nice, all natural. So I blended them two together, and here, voila. And not bad. Pretty good. So let's see who we have here now. Emmanuel, 26, male, Boston. Good afternoon to you. It's morning is still here. Timothy asks, how much tea do you drink a day? Well, you know, I used to drink lots of tea when I was much younger. And it's been a year, I guess, I have turned them all into tea bags. That's right, Amber. They're both from your country. They both come from UK. And there's a story about this tea, why I was so, always liked it to be around. You see, I grew up, of course, tea, in a country that tea was a big deal. And when I was training for equestrian, which I was heavily into in my teenage years, and then beyond, when we would train every day, like there were maybe 30, 40 horses, and Colonel was always very serious and very disciplined and best of the best in the world. So it was a very hard training, very focused training. And when we would finish the training, whoever did well, whoever was very focused and did take care of the horse and, did a good training, he would by name order tea for them. Although tea would have been coming around for everyone to enjoy. But he would actually by name say to the person who was doing these sort of things, bring tea for Mr. Mehran. So tea was a sort of a recognition that I've done well that day, that everything was good, that I'm being praised for some job well done. So tea always brought me this feeling of everything is good, I've done something good, and certain kind of a satisfaction or accomplishment. So I always had tea right beside my books when I was studying, even if I wouldn't drink it. I would always have tea when I was working, and still am, even if I don't drink it. It's just there, makes me feel good. Psychologically, has a good, good memory for me, a good trigger. Just brings relaxation and comfort and certain kind of a contentment and sense of accomplishment. So it wasn't like how much tea I was drinking a day, it was how many tea I would have beside me sitting all day long. Even maybe I would just drink maybe 5 or 6 of them. Who knows, maybe 10 sometimes. But it's all herbal now. Misbah said tea from Bangladesh are also, of course, of course. Those are black tea and so on and so forth. These ones I'm drinking is all herbal. Of course, tea, whether it's made in, whether it's marketed by UK or whichever country, mostly comes from India, China, and places in that area, Bangladesh, Ceylon, and these are famous in the world. Even Iran has wonderful tea, but different countries like French, they don't have tea really, but they were getting it from China and marketing it. Then British came into the picture, and whole, merchandising and all the, different teas. I have a book of tea that I liked reading it, different kind of tea, how, which season, what's the white tea and green tea and so on and so forth. It was interesting. Anyhow. Amber says, so it brings back good memories. That's good. Yeah, it does. It does. It brings back that feeling of I'm still a kid. And Colonel was happy with our, attentiveness with the horses and with the show jumping and all that, the training that we were doing. It was a whole different era, I guess. So, let's see what we have. Emmanuel says, Emmanuel has a book for us. So let me say hello to everyone. Gavin is here. Hello, Gavin. And Adrian says, now in the supermarket, you see only chemicals, so-called tea. Yeah, that's right. Maybe we can do a business with real herbal tea. Right. And Adrian says, but people want only what's cheap. That's true. That's true. David is 23 Dallas. 23? 24. Didn't you grow up? What happened? You went back to 23, David? David says 23. There you go. You think you can pull a wool over our eyes? We know how old you are. He says 23 Dallas, Texas. He quickly fixed it. He says, wait, 24, yes. And he says, male social security number. Timothy says, I've been trying to forget my ex, finding it hard to date again. Come on. It's like riding a bike. It'll come back to you as soon as you start focusing on your, on your balance. Everything is online now. Tinder, a lot of people on there for just validation. Not good for confidence. Well, it's always, nothing beats the actual meeting someone to see if you guys are compatible or not. So let's go to some of the questions. What we have here. Elizabeth is here. And Brenda, good afternoon to you too, Brenda. Well, it's good morning here, still 11:39. Lovely to see you all here. And who's saying hola here? Elizabeth is. I just see the part of it. So everybody's here from this end. So let's answer some questions. How about it? So first we start with Emmanuel. Emmanuel says 1 of 4. That means we have a book here, guys. Fasten your seatbelts. We're going for a big ride here. During the time my ex and I were arguing, Emmanuel says, she told me something that I never paid attention to until 4 months later. That's attentiveness. Was one of the reasons she left because you weren't paying attention, possibly? And she said, she said that she didn't know how she was with me because I'm not her type. How long did it take her to come up with that? 2 of 4, Emmanuel continues. Now it really hurts me because it gives me the sensation that she was with me forcefully, which was never my intention. She was always free all throughout the relationship. Nobody is with anybody forcefully, not in normal situations. So why do you think that? She had the freedom to say what she told you then, way before. And just that she could say she doesn't want to be with you and she left, she could have done that way earlier. So the fact that you stayed and did that later, told you that later, left later, that doesn't mean she was forced to. It was her choice. She probably wanted to make sure, she probably had feelings, she probably wanted to see how it goes. I don't think there was anything, because just as she left and she said what she said when she said it, she could have said it, what she said, earlier. She could have left when she left earlier. If you got it, then you can solve puzzle, because that's it. Lots of she said, he said, when she said. So now, so don't be hurt. And also, Emmanuel, stop seeking validation from what she did. If she would have done this, I would have felt better about myself. You should not have any problem feeling good about yourself, and you shouldn't need her to tell you something or behave in a certain way for you to feel that you're validated and good and feel good about yourself. You're either a good person, know yourself, or you're a bad person. Obviously, you're a good person. We all know that. So what are these questions and demands that, oh, she said this, so I don't feel good about my... Why? She can say whatever she wants to say. Who said that whatever your partner or your ex says, it's supposed to be the absolute truth, or the measurements of who you are, how good you are, how credible you are, or this and that? She's another human being. She says something, okay. But because you want something from her, you want her attention, you want to feel good because of that attention, you want some relationship, you want intimacy, you want all these things, you need that from her, you feel then she's very important. People seem to be important because of the need you have for them. If you don't have need for them, they don't seem to be that important. But suddenly they feel to you they're so important because there's something you want from them. If you don't want anything from anyone, a certain person, you won't give them this much of an echelon of, oh, their words and opinion about me is so important. If you don't need anything from them, if you are not, infatuated with them, or you're not interested with them, or you don't need anything with them, whether they're friends or business associate, whatnot, if you don't need any business from them, if you don't need a relationship from the girl that you know, they wouldn't be important. People's importance is based on your need and desire for whatever it is that you want to accomplish with them. So If you take care of your desire, if you take care of the fact that you don't need them, or that's what you need from them, you don't need that, then they themselves become unimportant to you, and their words, and then you'll be free. So free yourself from your need. Understand that you are the master of figuring out, finding out, and deciding who is qualified or not, rather than waiting and hoping somebody pays attention to you so you feel you're qualified for that kind of whatever relationship you're looking for. And you'll be fine. Now, Emmanuel says 3 out of 4. Because she said that, now I have been wondering, because she said that, now I've been wondering whether she changed or she never showed me her true self until 2 years passed. Who cares? I know what's in your mind. You think, she lied to me, and I don't feel comfortable in my psyche because it wasn't truthful, that which all translates to you that I wasn't good enough. She pretended that I was good, but she didn't really mean it that I was good. And because of that, then I don't know if I was good. Then I don't know if I'm good. Then I don't know if I'm worthy, because all my worth and goodness, or whatever it is that I want to feel about myself, is up to her opinion. Get over that. She was another human being. Whatever she had thought about you, it's her opinion. Doesn't mean that really explains you, but you're trying to find your worthiness, your validity, so to speak, in other people. Other people have their own consciousness with their own measurements and standards, and those standards, if it doesn't comply, if it doesn't affirm your quality, means nothing, because their standards could be something that is below their understanding of your values. It's like saying somebody goes to this jewelry store and looks at a stone and says, oh, it's not good for me, I don't like it. And then when they know this, then they look at this stone is actually a perfect gem. It's diamond, it's rubies. But the person's standards of, or knowledge of stones, jewelries, precious stones, wasn't enough to figure this out, to say, yeah, oh yeah, this is very valuable, because she didn't have the knowledge, or he didn't have the knowledge. But you're saying, regardless of the level of knowledge of that person, whatever that person says about that precious stone should be correct. Same thing here. You say, regardless of what his standards may have been, whatever opinion she would have had about you, then that must be you. That must be your worth and value. Rather than you being confident on who you are, and don't give a shit about who says something about you, as long as you are satisfied that you're performing and you're behaving in a cordial and civilized and honest and classy and a quality manner. It is you who sets your worth and value, not other people's opinion. And until you understand this, you'll be chasing to see, oh, was she truthful in her smile at me? Or now, 2 years later, she said, no, that day that I smiled at you, I really was thinking about something happy other than you. And suddenly you're gone. You get what I'm trying to say? So, now, let's go to 4 of 4. Emmanuel says, which one do you think is more likely? The possibility of changing through time, or she not revealing herself during a relationship? Who cares? Why is she important to you? She's X. Why is her opinion? Who is she? What is her expertise about humanity, life, possibilities, emotion? What is it that you have made her to be? Again, because you have not found a way that your worth and value and affirmation must come from you, your conduct, your contribution to the world, what you accomplish, what you set out to be, rather than from people's words or the ex in this case. These questions are irrelevant to your life. You're bothering yourself. You're making somebody else's opinion to become the master of your life, which you're losing the control over your emotions or mood based on what somebody else might be or might not be thinking about you. That is how you lose your mood and motivation in life, because you're always waiting for someone's affirmation. The hell with it. It doesn't matter. What age does she have? What has she accomplished in life? What has made her that expert to tell you who you are, that you're, going into detail of what she said, when she said? Has she changed? Did she actually mean what she said when she said it, and later on changed through life, and that's why then her opinion changed about me? So it's not really that I was not worthy when she said that she doesn't think I'm her taste, but she actually was liking me at the beginning, and I was her type. But it wasn't that she lied to me when she got together with me for that 2 years. It's she actually liked me, but then in 2 years she changed. It's her change. Who gives a shit of all these analysis that you're doing? Who is she that you're counting on to describe your existence? It's your need for certain intimacy and certain attention that has made her to become the expert of you. She doesn't even know if she's shitting or vomiting herself in this age. She doesn't necessarily know who she is, but you're expecting her to tell you who you are. And in case if she's not really expressing it every moment, you will doubt if she ever liked you or she didn't, and if that really matters. She's no better than you. You guys are in the same age, pretty much. You're going through life, and it was an experience, and now you're not together. So big deal. Move on. Don't ask these questions. Don't waste your life. Move on. Out there, so many wonderful girls and wonderful people to know. And the ones who are negative or not paying attention to you, disqualify them. You disqualify them. Not that, why do they not like me? Who said that you should be liked by everybody? Who says that everybody should like me? I'm perfectly okay with people not liking me, because I really don't care. I have a certain standards that how I see life, how I should conduct myself. And I have noticed and I have been convinced that there are people in this world who are idiots, not up to par, not up to my standards or your standards or everyone else's standards of different people. And basically they should still be running around with long tail, as dumb as they are. And then we have so many wonderful people, proper, cordial, helpful, positive, compassionate, caring, unselfish, classy. You just gravitate toward being friends with them. Just because everybody looks like human being doesn't mean they're necessarily human being. They might as well have horns and tails. They haven't evolved. Not everybody has evolved in the same level. That's why you get upset when somebody is disrespectful to you, because they look like a human being and you are a classy, good person, have made a good person out of yourself, and you wonder, why did they disrespect me? It's not because you're disrespectful, it's because they're still having tail and horns and perhaps hoofs, but just not visible. They're in disguise, so to speak. You have to understand that. There are idiots out there. There are people of lower understanding and ability to be proper. And just because they can speak, they utter some words, that doesn't mean it has any value just because it came out of the mouth of someone who looks like a human being. Still, it would be someone, a nincompoop. You know, we get offended by people who actually accuse you of something or behave something, say something, and you get really annoyed because you think as if anybody utters something must come from a good place. No, people are all kinds, and their brain sometimes got nothing but shit in it. Not proper, not understanding how to interact with people, how to be respectful, how to be normal, how to be balanced, how to be logical. They're just out there to put people down, to feel good about themselves because there's no other way they know how to feel good about themselves. They haven't accomplished much. Their life is in shit. And so they constantly try to create these kind of opinions about others to make themselves feel good. And you shouldn't buy into that. Anyhow, let's go on to Adrian. Adrian says now, we talked about the tea. The inheritor says, good morning, Mehran. Good morning. Thanks for the advice, sister. You're quite welcome. My pleasure. Inheritant. Was that Patrick? Was that your name, Patrick, or am I mistaken? Juanpa, pura vida. Male 23 Costa Rica says, pura vida, Mehran, and pura vida to you. Sandy. Hello, Sandy. Good to see you. I was just talking about the wonderful tea you sent me. See, I still have it. And I'm having it right here. There. Salut. Of course, today I mixed it with this tea. Taylor's Organic Chamomile, also from UK. A very high quality tea, actually. I like it. We have a troll here, guys, and he's so upfront about it. It says trolled 123. All right. And we have Gavin. He says skip me. Oh, did I now? Gavin, let me go find you. Ah, there it is. Gavin says, hello, Mehran, 26 USA. Hello, Gavin. Says, why some of us don't feel complete as a person, but only do in relationship? Do you think we should take a year off and not? It's not about taking a year off. It's about you are trying to find your worth and value in someone else. And you're waiting for them to affirm you rather than you understand what affirms you in relation to this life, and that would be your contribution to the society, your accomplishments. You're abiding by your rules of quality of your life, core principles that you believe in, and on the principles that you operate. If you meet all those, and of course those principles are balanced and proper, then you don't need anybody else's validation or to feel complete. Then you'll start only accepting people who will meet your standards, not that you will be always trying and striving to meet their standards, to feel like, oh, I meet their standard, she accepted me, so I must be somebody. No. Who is affirming her? How is she getting affirmed? Obviously, she has the same need as you do to hear that somebody's happy with her, somebody accepts her. But you don't see that. She's looking for that affirmation somewhere else. But because of the need for intimacy, you think that's the source of your affirmation. If she likes you, then therefore that means you're good, you're worthy. It's not because you really think she's the wise of the world, it's because you want something from her, and that's the intimacy that makes her seem so much more valued and qualified to give you value. All because it's just the way it is. You somehow, the person that can facilitate and bring what you need, or person who is in possession of what you need, seems to be important. Look, imagine you've gone to a restaurant, and you know how you're sitting in nice restaurants, they bring a little bit of a warm bread in a little basket, and usually the basket is big and there's only like two bread in it, yeah. And sometimes you have had the bread and the butter and you want a little bit more, and so suddenly the person who can bring you extra bread and butter maybe won't charge you, maybe you'll be part of it, maybe you expect to have some more because you think only one basket, two bread is the kind of the customary for every table, but you want more. And who can bring that for you? That waiter who makes a little bit money and is not a brain surgeon, but is there, but is in control of bringing that bread to you. He's your connection with the kitchen. He's the connection that can make what you're hoping for, the extra bread, happen. Suddenly that waiter, who may not have any other expertise in medicine or law or anything else, suddenly becomes a very important person to you. Like, you think of him or her as more important than perhaps yourself at that moment, because she or he is holding the key to what you want. So the person who can do something for you or can provide something that you want or you need becomes important, not because that person has a personal expertise in something, just because he or she is in control of something that you want, something that you need, whether it's bread or whether it's medical assistance, or whether it's advice, or whether it's emotional need that you're trying to satisfy yourself through intimacy with her or your partner. And that's why that person becomes important. So, and then suddenly you think, oh, then his her words or his words are detrimental to your being complete. The friendship or the connection, interaction is what makes you feel who you are. No. Who you are should be based on you and life. What you're accomplishing, what your effect on other people is, how you're treating others, how you're accomplishing, how you're contributing to the society and community you're engaged in, you're living in, and how you're meeting your goals. These are what defines you, makes you complete. But in turn, you've put all that aside and focusing on what brings you pleasure. You think what brings you pleasure is also has the qualification to actually define you, complete you. That is why you're not free. Okay, so let's go on to you're welcome, Gavin. Yeah, sometimes I did in the past. Funny it is, I'm older than him. He looks much older than me, but I'm older than him, so. uh, Sandy says, do. Blessing to you. Okay, thank you, Sandy. Adrian says, this relationship thing, Mehran, makes me think is simply put just a barter. And when one or the other doesn't see a value anymore, then the breakup happens. Is it like that, Mehran? I think the key word here is see. Like when the other one doesn't see the value. That doesn't mean there is no value. It just means that person doesn't see the value. Why? Because that person doesn't really have standards. That person is trying to make herself feel good, not necessarily based on what standard is being met here or not. She doesn't leave because the standards are met necessarily. Some do, and that's fine. Some just simply leave because they haven't been able to feel good about themselves, and they came to a relationship for the other person to make them feel unworthy. And when that doesn't happen, which it never happens, because your feeling good and worthiness comes from within you, what you accomplish and your relationship with the life, but you expect your partner to make you feel good. The intention is very important when you get into a relationship. Why are you going into a relationship? To feel worthy, to feel good, to feel whole, to feel affirmed, to get happy, and all the other person is responsible to make you feel whole, to make you feel happy, to make you feel complete. Well, you will always be jumping from this one to the next one, because after a while they would not be giving you all these compliments. They're busy with life, and you guys are supposed to build a life, and you won't get all that attention as you did at the beginning, which made you feel, oh yeah, I must be important, therefore he or she is the one that is making me important in your mind. And therefore you continue, and after a while, when all that lovey-dovey at the beginning and life becomes a little bit more involved and serious, and you don't see all those frostings at the beginning on top of the cake, the compliments and all that, and you think that I'm not valuable anymore because she's not making you feel that way. You go to the next one, and the same cycle happens, because you're supposed to be the only one responsible for how you feel complete and how you feel content, how you feel confident, and so on. If you always wait for your partner in a relationship to do all these things for you, then your intention for being in a relationship has been wrong from the beginning. You don't go into a relationship so you'll get happy. You become happy first, learn how to be happy with life, and then go into a relationship and see what you guys can build together. And if it didn't work out, well, then you weren't there to be happy. You can still make yourself happy. You still know how to make yourself happy. So you'll be safe. Whether it works or not, you'll always know how to be happy. So go into a relationship happy first, not in the relationship to become happy. Now, if the relationship didn't work, you still know how to be happy. There we go, Amber. That's correct. All right, now, Sandy says, Mehran, you missed my previous comment. Oh, did I? Sandy. Okay, I have one here says, Sandy says, hello, Mehran. Then I have the next one says, do blessings to you. And between them, there is none. Have I missed anything? Sandy says, the tea is good. Yes. And then you say, you missed my previous comment. Which one was that? The tea is good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 comments. I see them all. Ed J. I got 3 fireballs and said the truth. Okay. Gavin says that is crazy. Yes. He looks way older. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I found that out. I'm older than Sadhguru. But I'm no guru. Adrian says we reach in the other what we think we don't have. But of course we are complete, but still we do this mistake. Is it not? Yes, 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 yes. We can always learn from the other, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that just because we like someone, it means that person is better than us. And unless that person pays attention to us, we won't be as good as we actually are. And Serbast Rasul says, hello, I like your videos. They're very helpful. I'm delighted to hear that, Serbast. And hopefully you will continue enjoying it. As you guys know, we have over 1,500 videos on the YouTube channel. Pretty much anything you think of as far as having to do with mind, thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, and ego, your psyche, or anything you think about, breakups, comes to your mind after breakups, we have a video on it. Just go on, type in what you feel in the search engine of my channel, and you'll get a video or two, or a bunch of them. Or look at the playlists, and you will see all kinds of topics that you might want to be exploring on. Also, you can go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, and make an appointment on Skype if you want to talk to me one-on-one and explore what concerns you on Skype. Of course, you can also email me through the site, mindthatseekstruth.com, and there is a fee for the email questions that comes to me, and I will either respond in writing or make a short recording for you and email it back to you, which there are so many emails I receive, I really don't know which ones to answer first. So when it comes through the site and it's paid for, then of course, logically, I feel that has the priority. And that helps me not to make a judgment on which email to respond or not, because there's so many of them. So the priority goes for the ones that comes through the site, mindthatseekstruth.com. And of course, there's also a package that I've made for you guys, for the ones who want to get on with their lives and move on from a breakup, a bad breakup. It's called the Ultimate Breakup Cure. And in that, you have starting you with 82 different selected star videos from the channel that is pertaining your situation, and helps you to start looking at the videos that are set for you to get you moving out of the place that you're sitting and sobbing, to understand why you feel that way, and help you to catapult you forwards to get back to your balanced life. And also you have a PDF file of mindset. What are the things you should focus on when you want to move on? That is also there. Also, you get a discount of half price for your consultations on Skype for 1 year, and this is it is $198 for 1 year, which gives you all these videos, selected videos. You don't have to look for them, which one they are within the 1,500 videos that we have. It's all there for you, and the good ones that come up with, I'll add it to the playlist, but you won't pay for it anymore. You've paid it once for 1 year, and you'll just see more videos are showing up on the playlist that you're now entitled to. Check it out and watch. There are also other perks in that package that you can go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, and figure it out if it's a support you're looking for. And of course, you can also reach me through a system out of Tokyo. It's called Callmart. If you go on Callmart and look for Mind That Seeks Truth, you will see that my page will come in, and if it's got a green light on, a green button, that means I'm available. I'm not having an appointment, or I'm okay and willing and ready to discuss your immediate problems. That's about $1 a minute, which is the least amount that I could put on. But it's good for short talks, like you want to talk 10, 15 minutes and you have a certain question that you want to ask. You don't want to wait to make an appointment on Skype and get confirmation and so on and so forth. You can do it through Callmart, and that just rings my cell phone and we'll discuss it and talk what's concerning you. So these supports are all there for you. Just make sure you take advantage of them, and at the same time, please share the videos that you like on your social media, and click on like if you haven't, and subscribe if you haven't. Just push the button and you'll be subscribed. And we have now Sandy says, my comment is a little further up. I'm sorry to ask you, but would like to hear. So, of course, let me find it. You are in the queue anyhow. Let me go. Where is it? The T, the blessing, and hello, Mehran. It can be below, before hello. Look. I have Emmanuel, I have Timothy, I have Gavin, I have Adrian, I have David, I have Timothy again, I have Inheritor, Juanpa, Sandy, first message, says hello. Then I have others, and then I have Sandy says, do, blessing to you. That's the second. Third is, the tea is good. That's third. Fourth is, Mehran, you missed my previous comment. There was none. Sandy, fifth is, my comment is a little further up. Sandy, you don't have your comment. Why don't you print it again for me, please, if you will. And let's go to Sarbas while we wait for Sandy. Says, I am scared when there is no work to do. I mean, my mind should always to be busy. What is your advice to me? You got to make your question a little bit clear, Sarbas. What do you mean you're scared when there is no work to do? I mean, my mind should always to be busy. Why should your mind to be busy? We all try to make our mind not busy. So maybe you should spend some time with the nature and just have no plans. Just have tea. Just chill. Just enjoy that you're alive. Just love life for no reason. You know, just focus on the trees. If there's an ocean, ocean. If not, sky. The fact that you breathe, you're part of this life. No agenda. Don't think about money, don't think about work, don't think about anything. Just think about you and nature, that you're part of it, that you're there. Don't expect anything, don't want anything. Just the food you had, the water you drank. Just sit there and just have a stupid smile on your face and just be thankful, enjoy. Just for a moment, a day. That's relaxation. You know, the problem starts when we expect it. Every time we think about something, we want something, or we think about something we don't have. And these are all part of our life. We have to do that. But sometimes it's also good to allow yourself to have a cup of tea or just sit there and just think of nothing. Just focus on your breathing. Just the blessing of being able to breathe. You know, focus on the little things that are good in life. Because you will never find life to be all perfect and you have everything that you want. So let go of that. But do focus on the little things that you can have almost anytime you want, and cherish that. And let those little good feelings to create that big good feeling in you that you're hoping to get from some big events. The big events, forget them. They happen maybe every couple of years, once every couple of years. You can't wait every couple of years to be happy. Just be happy with little things. Yeah, like, no. Talking to you guys, feeling good. Nature's out there. and until the next good moment. Ah, Sabah says, thank you. He says, I mean, I'm depressed when I have no work to do. Well, that's normal. You should be depressed. I'm also depressed when there's no work and the market is down and my business is low. Of course, it helps us, it makes us depressed. But the idea is not that, oh, I shouldn't be depressed. The idea is, okay, I'm depressed. I recognized it. Now I'm going to do something about it. Now I'm going to get up, go to the gym. Now I'm going to get up, do something. I'm going to figure out a marketing plan. Now I'm going to figure out what I can do, where I can go to find more job possibilities. Do something about it when your mind is depressed because there is no work. Don't just sit there and say, I'm depressed, therefore I want to see how depressed can I get. No, I'm depressed. I feel it now. What should I do? Because I don't like this. I like to be happy. I like to have a job. Now I don't have a job. So what things I should do? Oh, let me figure it out. I am the brain. I can figure it out. And find the sources. Strive more. Catapult yourself further beyond the depression, moving away from it by coming up with new ways of dealing with what it is that is concerning you. Hello, Aman. You're watching. Come on in. Now, let's see if Sandy put that. It's just below Gavin. Sandy, instead of making it a puzzle, why don't you just rewrite it, for heaven's sake? Says, below Gavin says, my comment is a little further up. I'm sorry to ask you. Okay, I go further up. Says, Mehran, you missed my previous. Okay, I go further up. Says, the tea is good. Then I go further up. Says, do. Blessing to you. Then I go further up. There is nothing. Says, hello, Mehran. Sandy, just rewrite it. I think it didn't come through, whatever it is. Just rewrite it. Just re-put it. Copy and paste. Here, Gavin is telling you, Sandy, it's not there. I gotta send you a tea bag of your own tea because it's pomegranate. It brings clarity. Maybe that will help you to see it's not there. EDJ says, do you think attraction can be restored? It's a very close-ended question. I mean, attraction. What kind of attraction? What was the reason that you were attracted? If it was hanging on a reason and that reason doesn't exist anymore, then it can't be, because it was for a particular purpose. Well, what kind of attraction? Was it physical attraction? Was it mental attraction? Was it attraction bonding on consciousness level? Was it because, I don't know, she had a certain kind of a clothes on, dress on? Or was it physical? Was it mental? It's all different. Amber says, I even wrote it twice. You did? I missed you, Amber? Amber says, sir, I asked you how to be happy. Oh, okay, and content in life. Okay. Sorry, Amber. I missed your question. I will attend to it right now. How to be happy with life and yourself. Oh, I read that, but I read it wrong. I thought you were just confirming what I was saying, that you be happy before you go into a relationship first. Find the happiness in yourself. I should have read it better. Okay, so Amber's question is how to be happy and content in life. Amber, if we want to hang happiness on big things in life that we are desiring, wishing, and hoping for, then our happiness is dependent on outside of us, on things to happen before we are happy. It will have prerequisites, dependency on some other things to happen, which we have no control on those things to ever happen. But we have hung our happiness based on those things that we are not in control that they would ever happen to happen first before we'll be happy. That's a mistake. We need to focus and base our happiness on small things, not on the things that we don't have, on the things that we do have. I don't have $1,000,000, so I can't, it's not logical for me to base my happiness on the $1,000,000, because then I'm hanging on until that happens first before I'm happy. But I can put my happiness on the $10 that I have in my pocket, which I can actually maybe have a nice meal. So I'm focused on what I have. I'm focused on the fact that I have this tea here. So I want to enjoy it and not focusing on what I don't have when I'm enjoying it, but focusing on the tea and how wonderful it is that I have. So my focus is on the things that I have and on lots of little things in my life, because I have lots of little things that I have. There are lots of big things that I don't have, but I don't want to focus on them. I want to focus on these little things that I have, and there's so many of them. If you focus on the small things that you have and the small happiness, the things that makes you happy, and they're small, then you have many happy occasions during the day. For example, if you can get happy because you woke up and your eyes opened and you can see, that's one thing. If you can recognize that, oh, I'm waking up in my bed, I have a bed, oh, I have a roof on my head, I have a place. 4 or 5 reasons to be happy right away as soon as I open my eyes. Now you get up and say, oh, I'm safe. There's a door, it's closed, locked, I'm safe. Okay. Now you wash your face. Oh, I have water. Good thing that it's warm water and I can wash my face. There are people around the world don't even have that. And oh, it's safe. I don't hear aircrafts bombing or doing something like it's happening on people around the world. Some countries attacking the others and bullying and so on, and they're dying. They just got up, and so you say, oh, okay, these are wonderful things that and then you take care of yourself, clean yourself, and you have your tea or coffee. Oh, thank you, I have that. That's so good that I can have that. A little breakfast. All these little things that don't seem much, they're actually the basis of your life. And without them, you can't even enjoy the big things. We lose sight of the things that are really so important to even enjoy the big things that happens, that without those little things, even the big things happening, we wouldn't enjoy them. If I don't have a safe place, if I don't have water to wash my face, if I don't have a tea to drink or some little food to eat, if I don't have all these things that are important, I don't care if I have a big car, because I need food to eat, I need shelter, I need safety. All these things, all these little things are actually prerequisites for me to be able to enjoy the big things. So these are the cores of my happiness. The big things hang on them, sit on them, they ride on the small things. The small things are the foundation of my happiness. And I should focus on that. The things that I have, as I mentioned. And then the other things that can bring you contentment and happiness are the things that you don't have and you don't want to have them. There are things that you want to have, you don't have them. Don't worry about them. They will either happen or don't happen. Whenever they happen, then you'll enjoy them. But what really brings you contentment and happiness is the stuff that you do have and the little things that you can count on, that is repetitious and happening during the day. Every time you have tea more than once a day. So you can have 2 or 3 or 4 times happy because of the tea, focusing on the tea. Food, you eat at least 3 times a day. So you can be happy 3 times. All these little things that every time they happen, if you focus on them, you can be happy in every time they happen. So, focusing on the things that you do have. Third, focusing on the things that you don't have and you don't want to have them. For example, I don't have a cold and I don't want to have them. I don't have debts and I don't want to have them. I don't want to have a certain sickness and I don't want to have them. There are things that actually you don't have and you don't want to have them. You then remind yourself of them because that brings you certain kind of a feeling of security and blessing. So the things that you do have, you focus on them. The things that you don't have and you don't want to have them, you focus on them. And the things that are big and you want to have them and you don't have them, do your best to have them. Whenever they happen, they will not be the prerequisite for your happiness. In that way, to focus in all these little things, you'll have many reasons to be happy all the time and not waiting for so big things to happen, the things that you don't have and you want until you be happy. So you're not holding hostage your happiness to some stuff that is not happening and is not within your control. You focus on bringing happiness to yourself based on the things that you have and you are in control of them and you can make them happen over and over. The little sleep, the waking up, the I don't know, computer, whatever it is that you think is necessity for you. So make your life happy with simple things and small things, which will continuously happen all the time. Then your happiness will continuously be there when you want it. Now, there we go. Sandy says, you are correct. It isn't there. My question is, as a nation, why are we all struggling to be affirmed? This is the short version. It's not as a nation, it's as humans all around the world, everywhere in history, because you've always been conditioned to think you're not enough. Always there was some older person telling you you're not good enough. You got to do that. No, you did it wrong. Because everything, every direction and every instruction that we received were by a negative energy. There's two ways of dealing with children, and we were all children once, and many of us still are, which is wonderful. But we have to learn that we are not just a physical entity. Our life is based on few things, and one is physical entity, and the other one is the energy that flows through us, and is the same energy that we use when we utter or we interact with the others. You think when you're talking with the others, you're only talking through words. Those words have meanings, and beside the effect of the meaning of the words that you utter, there is an energy that comes out, whether you want it or not, through your mind, based on your feelings, and that energy is actually what affects the other person more than your words. Just imagine if you tell a child something in two different ways. Both words are the same. Both times the words are the same. But the energy that comes with it actually is what makes a difference. Let's say, I'm not saying you should never say that, but let's say you're telling a little boy that he's a bad boy. Now check this out. You're a bad boy. Or, you're a bad boy. You see, the second one, the child understood, okay, he did something bad, but he's not bad person. He's not low quality. He doesn't lose his worth and value by the energy that that word carried, by the energy that you just extended beyond the meaning of the word. You can make the word mean even worse and affect the person worse when there's a bad energy behind it. One of the most important things most parents don't recognize and realize is it is so important, the energy that you're using when you're interacting with other people. Now we're talking about children, because your question was about why we need affirmation, because that starts as a child. So we better learn not to do that. Stop this cycle when we are raising our children, when we're interacting with children. So they will not grow up looking for affirmation, because we all did. Why? Because everybody in the history always tried to put children down because they didn't think of them much. And the energy that they were using in interacting with the children was the kind of energy that I just tried to show an example of. It was a negative energy. So check this out. Now we're going to go on the positive side. A child does something bad, and some parents, mostly, they take their finger out, which they don't understand the power of this finger. This finger, all our finger, is where the energy is exiting. You can extend energy. You know, when I want to heal someone from a headache, let's say, we learn how to know the pressure points. But it's not just pressing the pressure points. That's just shiatsu. But when it becomes kiatsu, is where the energy is going in while you're pressuring the pressure points. It's not just pressuring the pressure point, it is pressuring the pressure point plus extending energy into that point. All that comes from finger points. When you're focusing on it, it comes even stronger. But even if you don't focus on it, when you get your finger towards someone, a child, when you're uttering, there's an energy that comes from what you're saying. That energy is actually extended from the tip of your fingertips, and where you're focusing on the child is actually affecting the child. Now, the quality of that energy coming out is what's going to affect that child. Now, check this out. Which one is the one that should be used? You want to tell a child that did something, a little boy did something bad. So you have this choice. If you say, you're a bad boy, what did you do? You just told the boy with your words and with the energy that it was coming here, expressing, convincing him, telling him that he's a bad boy. Now, the same boy did the same bad thing. This is how you should deal with it. You're a good boy. Good boys don't do that. See? That energy, that finger that was actually pointing towards that boy was giving him good notations. What you should not be doing because you are good. Not that you did something bad because you're bad. You're a bad boy. No. We say, you're a good boy, affirming him. Good boys don't do that. Child says, I'm a good boy, I shouldn't be doing that. That child grows up with positive energy and doesn't feel that he needs affirmation in everything that he goes through in life, because he's been giving this affirmation through his childhood that he's good. He doesn't need to hear it from some more people every time that he doesn't feel good. He knows that. It's implanted. But the whole world and history of a human being has been the other way around. Punish him, do this, show him, beat him, tell him, all physically trying to show, rather than changing the mind, the flow of the energy that passes through the person's mind, adult or young, to change the quality of the energy, changes people's outlook of themselves, changes their behavior, runs good energy through them, want them to even be better than who they are, knowing and believing that they can do good things, because they are good. Nobody necessarily capitalizes on the energy that runs through one end of the universe to the other end of the universe and passes through us and feeds us. We think we're only being fed by food. We don't understand we're being fed and affected by the energy that runs through the universe and also runs through other people when they are communicating to each other, how they affect each other, positive or not. And this is why, to this day, at this age, we're not sure of ourselves. We think we need somebody to tell us we're good, because we've got all these bad energy in us, and we don't understand the difference between two of them. We don't know how to filter it. We don't know how to purify these energies. We don't know how to do meditation. We don't know how to become one with the nature's energy. You know how things, when things are not so clean, what do? You run nice clean water through it, and then it washes all the mud and the shit out and cleans your clothes, or cleans that shoes, or cleans the whatever it is that you want to get that stuff out. A flow of fresh and clean water. Now, same thing, when you don't feel that valuable, we don't feel that clear in your mind, that shiny in your mind, the thoughts and things that have made your judgments cloudy, have made your feelings not so positive. Well, there's a fresh amount of energy out there in the universe, in the nature. If you know how to focus on that, and you use that resources through meditation, through focusing, becoming attentive to the flow of the energy that runs out, that energy can come and pass through you and wash all that feeling of low feeling, bad mood, maybe some minor depression, all these things, to make you feel connected with the big energy of the universe and not be so hopeless, and to feel that all that energy that is not making you feel so hot be washed away with the good, abundant flow of energy that is available, that you just opened it to come and, like that waterfall water, to clean out that mud out of that whatever product it was that you wanted to clean out. But we don't focus on that. We don't teach these stuff in the schools. We only try to think that what I know and what I do about this kid, and that's how he will live. No, you're wrong. You guys don't know how you should affect children. That's why we all grew up the way we did, and when we're older, we're trying to deal with it and see how we can actually feel affirmed and confident and so on. The confidence and affirmation is all out there. We just don't know how to connect to where we came from, what we're part of. We don't know how to connect with nature. We think our answers are within other people's brains, which they're also, like ourselves, full of shit. And so we're trying to clean ourselves and feel good about ourselves, instead of the waterfall, pure water, but more dirt, but belongs to another source, other people. And we think because it's come from there, it must be clean. No, it's another kind of what muddying us, our nature. I hope that answers a bit of your questions. Sandy. All right. And Shashank Kilkar says, I failed recently in exam. How do I manage stress and anxiety? By the way, I love your videos, helps me a lot. Well, listen, you're looking at failing the exam as having failed. You failed an exam to the standard that somebody else had put to mean it's failing. But in fact, you didn't fail. You didn't fail anything. Because you did study for it, you learned something, and you took that exam to answer some questions. And you did answer some questions. So where's the failure? Because you didn't reach the expected number that they had in their mind to say, oh, this is a passing grade, this is not. Who says that? The ones who have done that, they know everything else about this nature and this life? If that's the case, they will fail on other things. This whole business of grading and all that is bullshit. If you studied, you learned enough, and you went and took some questions and so on, and you didn't remember some of the questions, okay, but you didn't fail, you just didn't remember some of the questions, or maybe you didn't read that chapter. That's all. So next time you have learned this, and you will maybe study more, and you will remember more of the questions. That's it. There's no failure. In fact, if anything, you're far better than before you took the exams, because you learned a lot more and you know a lot more than you did before you studied for this. There's no failure. You actually gained, only to the standards that they hoped for. They set it up. Who are they? Important is the facts. You read the book, you learned something. Okay, you didn't answer all the questions that they wanted you to answer. Big deal. But that's the game they play. Okay, you do it next time. There's no stress about it. Just chill down. Nothing has gone bad. You'll do it again. And Adrian says, avoiding bad food and shitty people is the key to happiness. We can say that. Sherry says, female 34. And the rest of it, where from, Sherry? Female 34. Do you believe in fate when there is no love or no one to love? I feel I'm missing something. From Sri Lanka. How can you say there's no one to love? What are you then? Love yourself first. If you love yourself first, you're exuding a certain energy that you are proud of yourself. You love yourself. That energy is what people are starving for. Good energy. That's what attracts them. And if you love yourself, do your life good, do your best you can, be a good person, and love yourself, that amazing feeling that you're proud of yourself, you find yourself worthy and valuable because you love yourself, will be extended outwardly. And that is what attracts people, because they're starving for good energy. We feed from each other's energy. We look for safe places and good energy. When you love yourself, you extend that energy and you feel a safe place. People are attracted to you. Then you choose. So you love yourself first. You don't have to wait for someone to love you to feeling who you are, how wonderful you are. How come we can love others? So you're the source of loving others. So you can create love and happiness in others. So you are a source of making people feel good. You can't love yourself. You can't be a source for you to love yourself, to make you happy, bring that energy to you. So you're a source of giving good energy to others, but you can't give energy to yourself? Of course you can. When you feel good, happy, your receptors for good energy opens, because when you're relaxed, then you can accept the energy of the universe much better as it flows from one end of the universe to the other end of the universe, and it passes through you. When you're open for it, it fills you up, and you're connected to the good energy of the universe. You have brought lots of good energy to yourself, and you feel good to begin with. That feeling good, that loving yourself, all that energy is going with a different quality outwardly, and that attracts people. If then you would be seeing a difference in how people interact with you. So, and then the other one that you're talking about, it will happen in time. But first, you got to love yourself. You can't wait until somebody else come and tell you, you're lovely, I love you. How do they know who you are? They say, I love you because you're beautiful or for your physical appearance. But you can love yourself, so you will have this feeling that they can feel it and love that energy that you exude, plus your physical being. Don't wait for others to tell you they love you. You can create that love and good feeling in yourself by yourself. And the rest of it, let it happen. And Universe says, hi, Mr. Presenter. I see. Okay. Gavin says, Mehran, was there point in life you didn't love yourself? No. When you were younger? No. Did it take an event to change it? I never thought that I don't love myself. Ever. Ever. There was no reason to. Why should I? Maybe that was my nature. I was always focusing on life, things I had to do, whether my studies or being a good boy, or horseback riding or tennis, or I don't know, going into my basement, making a statue of, I don't know, handicraft. And I never, ever, in fact, I have made a habit of sometimes, from time to time, which I recommend it highly, before I go to bed or in the morning or whenever I'm trying to wash my hands. There's a mirror usually in the bathroom. You look in the mirror, smile at yourself, send good energy, and say, you're a good person. I love you. You're a good guy. Good. You've done good. And do good. Do conduct yourself good. Do good. Do your stuff. Be proud of yourself. And once in a while, in the mirror, you're a good person. I love you. I'm proud of you. You do that with your finger in the mirror. Because it's important to say it in the mirror, because then you see the mirror is telling you and you feel like it's coming from outside. It's an energy moving towards you rather than energy going out. You want the energy coming towards you, good energy. So you create that in the mirror and you bring that feeling to yourself. Every time you want to go to bed, before you go to bed, just before everything you've done and just before you want to go to bed, go in front of your mirror and say, you're a good person. I love you. You'll do good. And go to bed. You put that in your consciousness and it will create changing. Look, consciousness is like, let's imagine a bowl of ink. Yeah, a bowl of ink. When you put a drop of fresh water into the bowl of ink, it doesn't look much. It looks like nothing has changed, but it has. But it looks like nothing has changed, but it has. It just looks like nothing has changed because it's one drop. Lots of ink, black ink. But you keep putting these 1 drops and 1 drops and 1 drops and 1 drops and fills up the container. Eventually it starts spilling out because you keep putting 1 drop of fresh water into this bowl of ink. And it spills out, spills out, spills out, over time, because of constantly putting positive thoughts in your mind, the consciousness is also eventually changing its shape through these positive actions, through these drops of fresh water. The ink eventually goes completely out, and only fresh, clean water stays in that bowl that there used to be the black ink. By thinking positively, doing good things, and step by steps, and constantly extending these good energy to yourself, you're changing your consciousness. And before you know it, there's no negative in your consciousness. All the negatives have been filled up, pushed out. The positives came and take its place. Which it has a scientific background, like the synaptic neurons, that if you keep doing something, the synaptic neurons will keep using the bridges that was created for other things that you learned and is not being used because you're focused on this new thing. They'll destroy those bridges and use those synaptic neurons to create bridges for transmitting the information of the new thing that you're learning, and that's why you become good at the new thing. The same thing with this whole business of putting good thoughts and positive behavior and positive habits and so on into your mind, because it keeps pushing those negatives out, destroys the synaptic neuron bridges between the synaptic neurons that are not being used, dormant, like we have it described in my video called How to Delete Your Memory. And then the positives will take over. Eventually your consciousness will be filled with positive feelings. The ones who have not had that naturally happening for them, they can use that, what I just said, and creating that whole business of loving yourself and being proud of yourself by making these little efforts, little changes, little thoughts, and back it up with actions the next day, good actions, positive actions, and then positive thoughts before you sleep in front of the mirror, and then positive actions the next day. After a while, everything is feeling good in your mind about you. You're proud of yourself, you love yourself, and you smile at yourself with good energy in the mirror. Every once in a while, it makes a good feeling. That's the beginning of that. All right. Gavin says, do you think it's parents and your environment that changes your mentality and you end up growing up not loving yourself? You can't blame others because there are all kinds of people in this world. We could have had bad teachers, negative teachers, good teachers. We could have had maybe angry parents or not angry parents. Of course, they affect you. But the idea is that you got to be able to get to the point that you can wash these things away. You can't just say, because I was passing by and a car passed by and its tire went to the mud and splashed mud all over me, now I've got to go through life muddy. No, you got to have an ability to create rain and wash that mud away from your raincoat. Because it's just like that. You clean the mud away, there's no mud. But you gotta have that ability to be able to wash away the mud. Which means you gotta wear some kind of a raincoat which is impermeable. Like it doesn't go in. It's like something that washes away, like a material that easily mud washes away from it. In other words, we have to understand that we are going through life with the image we have of ourselves and the image that we employ depending on what we are doing in life. Just as we talked about before. You go to a store, you have an image of a buyer, a shopper. You go to get on a bus, you have an image of a passenger. You go to a classroom, you have an image of a student. You teach a class, you have an image of a teacher. You drive a bus, you have an image of a bus driver. You work in a store, you have an image of a clerk. From one thing to another during your day, you borrow an image to fit what you're doing, and then you dispose of that image, and the next moment you have a different image. These are how we actually go through life. It's like we wash away one mask to the other. And sometimes this is not a mask, it's just a shitty thing that happens, or mud splashes on us. In other words, effect of a teacher or a parent, their anger, their behavior, the way they dealt with us, it leaves an impression. But we should be able to, like the changes of the image we have, we dispose of that image and create a new image, because I'm not a child that I used to be. I'm not in that environment anymore. I'm an adult. I can forget about that, how it was interacted with me from my teacher or from my parents. And the same way, it's like I've been, splashed mud on my raincoat, but I have the ability to wash it because I've created it from a material that it can be washed. And I can create that rain, I can create that waterfall to wash that away and clean it up, which means I can take that raincoat away and go on. So I can actually bring new energy to wash that negative effect that my childhood or some environment has put on me, and then move on with the strong energy. So what that does mean? That means we gotta have that ability to create that strong energy. So we got to promote the ability to bring more energy to ourselves, to use it like the fire hose of the fire department and wash that whatever it is that is bugging you, by being able to create, to bring that strong flow of energy, universal energy that passes through us. Which means we got to learn how to meditate, to have the ability to cleanse our mind from all these negativities by encouraging new fresh energy flowing through it, through meditation, through the effects of the before sleep notations that we put in our mind in front of the mirror, through the abilities of doing good things the next day and so on, and meditating and so on. Then we come to a point that we are clear in ourselves who we are. Not easily we can be affected by other people's negativity, and we feel good and strong and happy and positive, and we love ourselves. Perhaps something to think about. Now, Bobby Necro says, 39, male UK, says, I recently had a 2-month relationship that was very full on. I felt like I hadn't felt in years. She then packed off and now just wants to be friends. It's so disappointing. I feel hurt. Don't be hurt. So She's no longer that what you were looking for, because she's not interacting with you the way she used to, and the way she used to interact with you is what you were looking for. She's not anymore, so you shouldn't be thinking of her that way. You should see her for who she is now. And who she is now does not qualify for you to like her the way you did. You shouldn't even want her attention anymore. If she doesn't see a good thing when she sees it, and you happen to be the good thing, well, why should you qualify her? And Bobby Necro says, what I have wanted for so long, and as quick as this amazing woman came into my life, she disappeared. What amazing woman? What has she done in this life that she's so amazing? What is the amazing thing she's accomplished in this life? Other than the fact that you liked her, that made her seem amazing, she hasn't done anything to be considered amazing by other people who actually are not infatuated like you are. So it is your infatuation and desire that has made her seem amazing, but on her own, she's not amazing. What has she done? Has she come up with a cure for common cold? Has she been the compassionate woman who feeds the children and helps the needy and the elderly? Has she come up with some amazing ability to contribute to humanity and well-being of the world? No. So why do you call her amazing? What's amazing about her? The only thing you could look at her is how she is. Who she is she's not paying the attention that you deserve. So how could she be amazing? Maybe at one point you're really infatuated with her, but even that wasn't because she was amazing, because you bestowed upon her the amazement because you liked her. It was your liking her that made her amazing. It is your desire that made her important, not that she was important on her own. And now you got to see her for who she is, and then you'll be fine. If she doesn't pay you attention, she doesn't deserve to get your attention. If she doesn't give you attention, she doesn't deserve to get your attention. Simple. Very simple. Now, Obama your mama. So no, before that we have and Sherry says, thank you, love your answer. I like the way you think. God bless you. Thank you, Sherry. Bobby Necro says, I really miss having someone to connect with and share experience with. I felt like I was falling for her. Okay, so what? We had so much in common. Yeah, you have so much in common with other people too, but you haven't met them yet. It doesn't mean just because you haven't met other people that you have things in common with, you don't have anything in common with other people. No. You were busy with this one, and this one is gone. Now it's your chance to open up to the others. Don't be so like this. I mean, this world, look at it. Every beautiful thing, every wonderful thing, and everything in this world is not only one. There's so many of them. So how could you think that this one, when it comes to human beings and coupling and finding your interested partner, then there's only one? It's only one as long as both of you are together. Once one of you or both of you decide not to be together anymore, then there bound to be and definitely is other ones, because that's how world has been created. There's abundance of wonderful things, not only one of one good things, there's many of one good thing. So, but as long as you guys are actually synchronized, great. But when you're not synchronized anymore, that means it's time for you to open your eyes and be sure that there will be other ones that you will be suitable and compatible with each other, and you will find them. But don't think, oh, because that one is gone, it's gone. Now, Adrian says we all are energy, Mehran, but sometimes haven't you seen that are people that drain the whole energy from a room? Energy vampire, yeah, like the Dementors in Harry Potter. How to deflect their energy, like in Aikido. Yeah. The idea is, which actually I was going to add that to my previous way of how to create that energy that I'm saying you should have to wash away the mud or the negativities of the others and how we've been affected by the others, is through meditation and so on, to create that stronger flow of energy available to you. Look, when two rivers head on come toward each other, what happens when they get to each other? Two rivers from two opposite directions, they're coming toward each other. What happens? The stronger flow of energy, the stronger current folds the other and moves on, overshadows the power of the other energy, the other flow, the other current of water. The bigger river goes over and pushes that other oncoming current, oncoming smaller river, pushes it away and takes it with it. So in other words, it doesn't get affected by the smaller river. So you got to create that stronger energy in you by the stuff that I told you. At night, putting good seeds in your mind. In the morning, doing good seeds that you've put in your mind the night before. Actions, and then meditation, understanding your connection with the energy of the universe, bringing a strength in that flow to the point that you will learn how to extend it through your fingertips, like the, like how it is, which perhaps at one point we will cover a little bit of that as well. And when you have that kind of energy, you will become like that bigger river, that when other people approach you, and they are like other rivers, that they have their own current. But however, if you have a stronger energy and they come to you with negative energy, your strong positive energy overflows them, redirects their energy back towards themselves, and that way away from you, because of your positive energy is always opening the negative energy in front of you and pushes it away. So it kind of paves the road for you, it cleans the road for you. Other people do have energy. Every one of us have energy. When we see each other, when we talk each other, it's not just the words. We're affected by people's energy. Just like, that's why it is with some people, you can be as close as you want. Maybe you can be maybe about a feet away and still feel comfortable. But with other people, some other people, you don't want to be closer than 6 feet from them because their energy is dirty. Their energy is negative. You don't feel comfortable. If you can imagine with children, they always have good energy. You don't feel threatened, you don't feel bothered, it's not negative energy, so it's comfortable. But with other people who are adults and created all these negativity or bad energy intentions, and then that their intention and everything through their energy is apparent to the other people who can see it and who can feel it, sensitive enough to see it, to feel it. And those are the people that you don't feel comfortable to come near them further than, 6 feet. Haven't you noticed with some people that you meet, you feel comfortable because their energy is good, you feel safe, you feel comfortable. But some people that you just meet, their energy is not comfortable, and you don't know anything about either one of them. But one energy is comfortable, the other energy makes you feel, takes space, distance with them more than the other one. This is because we are all about energy. And that's how we got affected. We get affected by people. So when you create this strong positive energy of you, you become like the capacitor. As the energy of the universe passes through you, you're like a capacitor. You boost it. And when you're boosting it, it happens to you naturally. It's not like you're going through your days in the street and trying to do, ninja stuff. No, it's just a natural way of your being. You have strong energy that flows. People like you, drawn to you. They feel safe with you. At the same time, you're pushing away the people who are extending a negative energy to you, and you cut through that. And it doesn't let their energy to come and affect you. That's something that we never focus on. And yes, Adrian, it is true. How did you know about Aikido? And Obama Your Mama says, my ex has been texting me here and there. Today she texted hello, and I said hello back, and she said she was just saying hello. She has to be thinking about me. Should I ignore her? It's up to you. If you can ask for a little bit more clarity, says, well, thank you for thinking of me. I appreciate that. That's it, I think. Or if you want to know more, then ask a direct question. And so we have Achilles. Oh, Antoine, how are you? You haven't been around for a while. Achilles 25 says, it took this long to get my art going strong. Ah, good. Financials are at a high. Oh, good. I'm delighted to hear that. And I'm ready for the one, if there is a thing. The question is, am I being unrealistic looking for a woman younger than me? No. Everybody's looking for a woman younger than them. So what's wrong with that? That's just the way most of us men are. We are accustomed, conditioned to look for a woman who is someone that is younger than you, than yourself, is maybe because traditionally, historically, or you were taught through our heritage that we should be taking care of someone, and that someone usually represents someone younger. So maybe that's got something to do with it. But in most cultures, men do look for someone younger than themselves. However that is, I don't know. That's what it is. And Achilles says, I'm thinking between 30 and 35 years old, which will put them at 15, 20 years younger than me. So you're 50, are you? The lowest I'm willing to go for is 28. I'm being unrealistic in my views. Are you, how old are you, Antoine? Remind me again. Are you 40? Or what are you, 45? Are you 45? You're 45, aren't you? Or are you, or 50? You're 50. Am I guessing? Well, if you're 50, first I wait for your answers. Give me your age. I forgot. See, that's why we want the protocol, guys. And so we have Gavin says, Mehran, today's talk was very good. I appreciate you doing these live talks. My pleasure. Daniel says, hi Mehran, male 33 years old from the Netherlands. Ah, hello Daniel, how are you? Daniel says, I just booked a holiday alone to Mallorca. Oh, Mallorca. That's the island close to Spain, is it? Sort of feels difficult because my last holiday was with my ex, and now I sort of feel pain since it will be without her. I was the one. I was I was the one that broke. Ah, come on. Who made that? If you were okay, your ex was with you last time. But would that have been a special holiday if you weren't there? So it became special because of you. If there is no you, it wouldn't have been special, even though she was there. It is you who makes things special because it is for you, and it is because of you that things are important and special for you. So now you're going with the most important part of that whole equation. The you is still there. Oh, she's not there, it doesn't matter, but it was always you that made things to be special for you. And you can still do the same. But don't go on a vacation because you want to pick up someone. Go on a vacation to enjoy the vacation, the new place, the new things, and be by yourself and just enjoy. Don't sulk about, oh, I'm here alone. I should be with a girl on a vacation to be perfect. No, you can just be with the nature, with the experience of that travel. You know, it can be perfect. You don't have to, unless the person is worthy of you, unless the person is compatible to you, unless it's a person that you find new or you get acquainted and so on, then fine. But otherwise, you don't have to be with someone to enjoy a vacation, tropical or other. I just went to Maui for a month almost, and I didn't have a date with me, but I went there because of certain reason. I wanted to be with Hawaii, with Maui, enjoy that nature, that ocean, that beauty, the whole energy of it. And I wanted to do videos for you guys in Maui and stuff. I had a different purpose, but you don't have to be with a date in order to enjoy your existence in your life and become stronger, better, and wiser, and experience the whole thing to the fullest. And if you did find somebody that suits you and up to par with you and meets your standards, then that's okay. Next time. So right now, go and enjoy. There's nothing wrong and nothing missing. And Antoine says, I missed the first part. They missed the first part of my question. Did I? I put the protocol in my. Did you? Okay, 51. 51. Then I was right. Okay, listen, Antoine. 51. Oh, did I miss the? Oh yeah. Here it is. No, oh, I read that one. Achilles. Oh yeah, Achilles is there. That's right. Says Mehran, how are you, sir? Wishing you blessing, and as always, Antoine 51 male. My bad. Thank you very much, Antoine. I appreciate it. Yeah, when I keep talking a lot for some questions, then I miss some of the. I should scroll back and see what's there. I think I missed it somehow. And he says, I have a question. Master, okay. Part 1, I have no kids. I want kids. Look for part 2. I'm typing. Okay. Well, well, I guess the obvious answer would be look for someone who also doesn't have kids and wants kids. So that should be one of your criteria, that you want someone who doesn't have kids and wants kids, and she's at the age that she wants to handle that responsibility. And you're good. If you really want it, you're going to be patient with it, and you're going to be able to run with the child, do with the stuff that you wanted to do, sports, helping with homeworks and all that. It's a big responsibility. It's not limited to just that moment of doing what you got to do to make a baby. It's a lot more than that. You know that, right? Do you? It's not about I want a kid, so that's it. And then you want a woman to bear the kid, raise the kid, and you just not be involved. That wouldn't be the same as being involved in raising your child and interacting with every step of his or her life. You got to be there. If you're prepared for that, it's great. It's hard, but it's very, very rewarding, especially if you have a good relationship with your child. You spend time with that child. You can't just make a child and then hope he'll grow the way you want him to or her to grow, or he or she will grow fine. You gotta be there. It's like a little tree, oak tree or plant that you cultivate. If you're not there to make sure it grows straight up, has enough sunlight, has enough nourishment, has enough protection, and the wind doesn't take it away, and the storm doesn't take it away. Too much sun is not going to burn it. Too much water is not going to rot the roots. And you're there to make sure it comes up straight, doesn't go crooked with all the effects of the society and so on. You gotta be there. It's not a one-night job that, okay, with mama, we made the baby. No. It's a whole life process. Now, if that's your understanding and you're ready for that, then we go to the part 2 of your question, which is, you're 51, you want a 35-year-old woman? Yeah, it works. Why not? Of course. Of course. If the woman loves you and you love the woman, you can click. Yeah, there are lots of women who are in different ages and they are focused on what they want and they like your personality. It's not the age that they're focusing on, it's your personality, who you are, your energy. Energy doesn't have any age. Personality really doesn't have anything age. You could be this age or that age, but you could have bad or good personality. It's a personality, persona, and the energy that people fall in love with. They think it's the age and they look at the person, but in fact, it's the actual what's being extended, the quality of the energy, and that is definitely in the works. But age 30 is a bit too young for you, I think. Not too young for you, but I mean, it has to be a special woman who actually loves you and you love her because of who she is, not because she's young. And she loves you because who you are, not because you're successful or you have money or whatever. You gotta click on consciousness level, then everything else is okay. Now, and as far as if you're expecting too much, no, you're not. You can work. But people get married when even they're 30 years old difference, but they really are into each other. Like they really appreciate the person they have become, and they click. So that's all right. It's not too often, but it's there. And so we have Daniel says, I agree with you. I don't have to be with a woman, but I don't know if it feels sort of like, look at yourself in the past. It was a nice and cozy, and look at you now, alone on holiday. That's a shitty way of thinking about it. Alone on holiday? You don't focus on the holiday, you focus on the alone? What, are you going into a desert or somewhere that there's no other people? Go interact. You don't have to own them, you don't have to possess them, you don't have to sleep with them. Just interact, say hello. And if they said hello, great, how are you? If they didn't say hello, they dissed you, you say, okay, fuck you, move away. You're not loudly in your mind, just move away and go about the next person. Hello. And if they say hello, say, how are you? If they didn't say, move away. Simple. They are no better than you just because they're with somebody. You don't know why that somebody is with them. You don't know why they are with that somebody. Don't put yourself down because you're by yourself. Who's the most important person in the world to you? Who? You are. Everybody is the most important person to themselves. So you are on a holiday with the most important person in the world. You. How could you then expect it to be, oh, I'm alone? No, you're with the most important person in your world. So enjoy it. But don't aim for, oh, that girl, I'm alone and she's alone, maybe I should. And if it didn't work, then you get depressed. No. just don't want to be with anybody there. Just socialize. Socialize with no expectations. You don't want anything from them. You have no need for them. They're pretty, they're sexy, they're whatever it is that turns you on. Doesn't matter. Just focus on their personality and do not think that they have anything more over you just because you desire them. It is your desire that makes them so important and so amazing. But by themselves, if you get to know their persona, you will say they're not amazing. They're actually a piece of shit, maybe. Who knows? But what I'm saying is don't judge them just because they look pretty. Just say hello, and from there, hello back, you'll see enough. If you guys get closer and talk, socialize, then you'll see if they're a good person or not. Then you will decide. But don't just go in there, oh, I gotta have a girlfriend now. I'm in a tropical place, so I must. No! You're there for that tropical place, that energy of that whole part of the world. That's what you should be focusing on. And everything else falls into place in time. Don't rush it. Don't knock yourself down. You've got lots to offer, and just because you're not with a girl right now, that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. The hell with that. Move on. Go enjoy your life. Build your life. Life is not in all one day. Now, Timothy says fingers hurt from swiping on Tinder. All right. Daniel says, and thanks for your warm advice. Bless you. Thank you. Daniel says, and oh yeah, when I go on Tinder, I feel like shit. They all suck. I get depressed. What do you think about that? Well, listen, these dating sites are fun. That's all. Don't expect to find somebody. Just be there in order to, I don't know, just see what's there and to convince yourself that there's nothing there. But then you meet somebody out there. Nothing better than meeting someone. Yes, usually these dating apps are just there. It's like a never-ending thing. And usually, I don't think there's much there anyhow. Find somebody in real life. Even if you are in one of these dating sites, okay, enjoy the fun of it. But look for somebody out there when you can see them, you can interact with them, and so on. That's better. And we have Bobby Necro says, I have been divorced 2 years. Oh, let's see what we have in here. This is a great answer. I appreciate it. You're welcome. Sabas says, sorry for interrupting, but I don't get the answer. You didn't get the answer? I'm working for about 15 hours a day. I just have 2 hours left for... Where's the rest of the answer? There's 2 hours left for myself and another for sleeping. Why I should not feel comfortable at these 2 hours? I don't quite get it. Like I said to you, when my mind not busy, like these 2 hours, I'm too bad. All negative thoughts flow on my mind and etc. I really don't understand the question. I'm so sorry. You work 15 hours a day and then, but you said you have no work and you feel depressed. And then you say you have 2 hours and 1 hour you sleep, and why I should not feel comfortable at these 2 hours. I don't know why. Perhaps it's not enough relaxation for you. Maybe you should not work 15 hours a day. I don't know. 8 hours, and then the rest of it you have to maybe enjoy a little bit of a socializing or a little exercise, a little rest. So make things balance. I'm not quite sure really. Your question is a little bit puzzling for me. I'm sorry, Sarbast. Chris Spar. Oh, Chris, my goodness, how have you been? It's been a long time. Nice meeting you again, wearing a t-shirt. Thanks for your work. My pleasure, Chris. Good to see you, dear. Now here we have Bobby Necro says, I've been divorced for 2 years. Bobby Necro, where were you? We had some of the things. Bobby Necro says, I have been divorced for 2 years now. I see my son often, but always have an aching heart when I'm with him, doing my father duty alone. Any advice? No. Enjoy. There's no advice here. You're spending time with your son. You're doing your father duties, but do more than that. Just love the idea that you're with your son and do whatever it is that you guys want to do. Don't think that this is just a temporary, so just do fun things. Also share with him what he wants to learn, things that is important. I don't know how old your son is and how much time you have with him. Make sure you're involved in his life. Make sure you see him as much possibly you can. Make sure you have your joint custody and to be involved in your son's life in every step of the way, schooling, homeworking, cooking for him, sports, and all these things, doing homework, all that. Enjoy the whole experience of it, not like I'm the father or the what. Just enjoy being a father. Enjoy that friendship with your son. Create that friendship. Life is not going to be limited to today and how you feel. These feelings will go away. You will be fine. But remember to not let these opportunities to build a relationship with your son to pass you by. Do the best you can do for him. Be there for him, whether it is school or his challenges, questions, problems, homeworks, sports, whatever it is. Just create that atmosphere that he will feel there is a father, I trust him, he's my friend, and you can make that all be true all along, and these times will pass and you will be left with something far more precious than what you think is precious right now, which is being with your ex-wife. Well, she didn't want it, she didn't want it. Now, you're still a whole human being and you have a son. What more beautiful than that? Make sure you work hard, make good money, provide life for your son, and help the mother if you can too. No problems. It's all for your son. But don't focus on wanting her back. Focus on being a good father for your son. That can never go away if you do your job right. And then eventually when you're ready, and you will find another woman, and that's all good. Nick says, Kia ora, Nick. Kia ora, Mehran. He says, male 43, it's 8 a.m. on Sunday morning here. Always great to wake up to your streams. It can't be Sunday morning. It should be Monday over there. No? I believe it's Monday. I think something is missing here because you're like 17, 18 hours ahead, and this is Sunday, 1:33 here. And great to wake up to your streams. Good. It makes my day clearer and gives me things to think about my life during the day. Much love, respect from New Zealand. Same here. Much love from Canada to you and New Zealanders. Wonderful people. I'm so proud of your Prime Minister there. The way she handled, how she handled the horrible thing that happened over there to the Muslim community there. And your Prime Minister, like ego spread her wings over the whole nation, and regardless of what creed, religion, where you come from. That's a prime minister to be proud of. Asim Sheikh says, hi, my girlfriend is Asim. What happened to protocol? Male, female, or whatever your gender is, age, and where you come from. Put that in before I get back to you. Achilles Antoine says, Master, thank you for the great advice. Honestly, it's so hard to find a loving, caring, spiritually connected woman, even though I cook. It would be helpful if she did too. Any suggestion on where to look? No, go to a good restaurant and see if the chef is a woman. Chef is a woman, and maybe you just send her flowers. I don't know. Nick says yes, Monday, Mehran. Maba, yes, right. See, you think I'm sleeping here? That's why I get the big bucks. And EDJ says, greetings, very deep stream, learning a lot from El Paso, Texas, USA. Ah, hello, El Paso. Now, if you would have just given me your age, also would have been great to know what my demographics are. Or did you? No, you didn't. All right, let's see where it was. El Paso. Now, Emmanuel says, thanks for your answer, Mehran. You're quite welcome, Emmanuel. And Timothy says, amazing talk today, Mehran. Deleting Tinder. Need a new plan to meet someone. Girls today don't like being approached on the street. Yeah, you don't approach a girl in the street. There's no reason to. They freak out. I mean, you shouldn't do that. But there are places that you like, activities. I don't know whether you like, I don't know, tennis or, whatever it is. You can perhaps, try those. I don't know, the things that you like. Maybe it's bowling. I don't know. It's learning, I don't know, dancing, classes, or maybe classes that you're interested to participate, continuation education courses in school, universities, all of those. Let's see. And Timothy says, amazing talk to the Mehran. Oh, I see, you did that. We just did that, didn't we? I think my landline telephone rang. It distracted me from Asim Sheikh. Sorry, I'm male, 32 years old from India. Ah, hello, Asim. Okay, I'll get back to your question in a second. And Emmanuel says, why do you like German girls? I like any girls from any nationality. But Germany is also one country that I like. Netherlands, Germany, France, Japan, anywhere. It's not about the nationality of a girl. What makes you think that I only like German girls? I like all girls, all women from all nationalities. Depends if you have a connection on consciousness level, and that is what makes the connection work. Otherwise, it has nothing to do. We're all coming from same energy. We're all coming from Earth. I mean, born on Earth. We're coming from the whole universe. So really, it's about how you guys hit it off and understand each other. And Timothy says, yeah, I hit the gym. Yeah, gym is good. It's good, but you know what? Depends on, again, focus on the personality, not just the body, not the physical entity only. Timothy says, but it's like a bunch of guys fighting for the same girl. Well, then don't fight. The ones that they're fighting over, you stay away from, because she probably has enough attention, and that's not the right atmosphere for getting any acquaintances. Maddie says, hello, I'm a woman from Washington. Hello, woman from Washington. 22. I recently had a breakup. Reason being, we wanted a woman to. Reason being, we wanted a woman who never say no. We or he? Who never says no, and he never wanted to do dishes when he got home. Basically, closed-minded ideals. Well, then that wasn't for you then. You perhaps have done the right thing. But at age 20, how old was he? Give me a little bit info. Throw me the bone. Give me the info. How old was he? Same age, 22. Well, too young to know. He's still trying to show his manhood through machoism rather than through wisdom and love and energy and being a man, not a male. He's trying to express his manhood through being a male, and he thinks being a male is not doing things that traditionally women did, which is close-mindedness. You wash your dishes because you wash your dishes. Simple. Man or woman, doesn't make any difference. You cook. Doesn't matter. You know, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But you both have to be reasonable. And anyhow, at this age, 22, both of you, neither you know who you are really, because you're still evolving, and nor he knows who he is. He's still evolving. So at this age, you will go through partners left and right, because you don't even know who you are, let alone knowing what kind of a partner you want. And he is the same. He doesn't know what kind of woman he wants. He just wants to be assured that he's a man. And at that age, all they're focusing on is if they can, do good in bed. And they think that would be that they are the man that they hope to be. No, it's a lot more to be a man than just having a male anatomy. So, and guys, don't forget that these are just live talks, short enough, and it's now way over our usual 1 hour time, which I'm gonna cut it off right now because we can't just keep going. If you guys have specific difficulties or issues you want to speak to me, go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, click on talk to me on Skype and make an appointment. And for half an hour appointment, I'll give you 1 hour. For 1 hour appointment, I give you 2 hours for now, until we take that deal away. And so we can discuss and explore what's concerning you on Skype one-on-one. And of course, you can also email me, and then that has a small cost, and I will record your answer back to you. Let's see what else we have here. And Nick says, yes, our Prime Minister is a very strong woman. It broke all our hearts what happened in Christchurch, but she stood up with leadership and compassion, which we need in the world more than ever. Yes, true. I salute her. She was a trooper, and she's of high quality. Hopefully she will get votes again and to continue serving that country and protecting that country. And Maddie says, I'm struggling because I'm worried most men are like this. No, they're not. Be cool about it. Don't worry. You're just 22. You haven't seen real men yet. And they could be just your age, or they could be a little bit older, but they're there, I assure you. Just focus on getting to know each other on consciousness level. Do not just be attracted to each other just because you guys look good or meet each other's physical standards. That's part of it. The other part is after a while it shows up when you guys really pass over that lovey-dovey time frame and see each other, how each one of you interact with the real world outside when you go interacting with the outside world, and whether it's having coffee or dealing with issues, then you get to know each other a little bit more. And as the time passes, you'll know if this is the right match or not. And Maddie says he thinks women are less. Well, then he's got something coming that he doesn't know. See, that's the police coming, the fire department coming to help him out, to take him away with that mentality. No, women are not less. Women and men both have their places in the relationship, but they should not try to become something that they're not. I believe women shouldn't try to become men, and men shouldn't try to become women in their relationship. The kind of genes that they have, if they're heterosexual male and heterosexual female, well, they should try to be and enjoy who they are, rather than thinking that to be a woman is to also be something different than what is so special about woman. And men trying to be something that they're not, just to prove to the woman that I can be what you want me to be. Just be yourselves, and then see how you guys measure up on the consciousness level. That's where everything happens. But the guy thinking that the woman is less, he's an idiot. Women can do anything they want in this world. They're highly educated. They're as educated, if not more, than any other man. It has nothing to do with the gender. You can be whatever gender you are, man, woman, or other. You can be anything you want to be. Any profession that you like, scientists, lawyers, doctors, whatever. Whatever, pilots, bus drivers, clerks, cooks, whatever. But thinking that one is less than the other is stupidity. Still on the old mentality of thinking who's got bigger muscle is smarter or more capable. That's not true. We don't need those big muscles anymore. We've got, I don't know, lift trucks and robots and things like that, so and Maddie says, it makes me think all men just want someone submissive and don't care. No. It's between both men and women, how their role want to be, in what extreme or what level or what limits they want to be this or that. But generally, it's a new era. You cannot have these mentality that it was like 100 years ago. So, and remember, you're always free when someone is not behaving the way you hope for. It's not balanced. You just move on. Look, there's nothing more beautiful than a woman who is womanly, feminine, and amazing. That's why men are attracted to women, because they are women and feminine. So they're not expecting someone to be like them, masculine, or behaving other than what they dream of and they know a woman is. And the same thing, men gotta be who they are. But that doesn't mean they should also think that the woman is less than them. No. Woman wants a man to be manly, but doesn't want the man to be a psychotic asshole and to be belittling and abusive. What does that mean? That's not manly. It has nothing to do with being a man. That has to do with being an asshole. There's a difference between being a male and being a man. A donkey is a male, but it's not a man. If that's what you think a man is, just having a male genitalia, that doesn't make the person man. Manhood is character. To be a man, to be a good person, compassionate, loving, fair, protective. It's a mentality, it's a character. Otherwise, there's so many male in the world, but are they actually men? Men is a character. Men is not having to do with, and same thing, female. Just anybody who looks like a female, it's a good woman, is a quality female, compassionate, loving, a good mother. No. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with character. Being a woman is a beautiful character. It's not limited to it. Just because you look feminine, just because you are, have your build is, aesthetically you look like a woman. That doesn't make you a perfect woman. You still gotta have that character that comes with it to be a good mother, compassionate, kind, caring, strong, wise. You can't just say, just because he's being rude and arrogant, then he's manly. No, it's being uneducated, being lack of class and manners. And Mary says, it makes me think, okay, and Mary says, we were not married. Well, thank God. And Mary says, it was same age. Okay. And Mary says, yes, do you agree weak men want weak women? Yeah, of course. Weak men cannot deal with life, and therefore they want to beat their woman, abuse their woman, and dominate their woman in every way. I'm not talking about when two people are in love and they like each other and they have these, whatever they do in their bedrooms. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. We're talking about when they want to abuse women to feel that they are manly. That's bullshit. You got to be gentle. You got to be kind. You got to be respectful. You got to love your woman, and you got to protect her and make her feel like a queen as far as respect and so on. And then you have your personal life together. That's different. There's nothing to do with how you treat each other. And the same thing, the woman should also treat her man with respect, with kindness, with all the good things that makes a man feel good about himself. Just because, just because you're a woman, that doesn't mean that, okay, now I can do any shit I want and he should still love me. No, he should fall in love with your character, femininity, niceness, kindness. And each have your own duties. You will decide what your duties are. If whatever it is you discuss, both bring the bread, one of you does, both take care of the home, one of you does. I don't know. These are between the two of you. But those are agreements that you make between the two of you. But in general, both should be respectful to each other. Both should be loving, caring, unselfish, cordial. Make each other feel good, respected, and protected. The rest of it is garbage. Only weak men try to be arrogant and selfish in a, So, anyhow, I think you got the gist of it. And Maddie says, your videos have helped me so much as a woman. Thank you. My pleasure, dear. Don't forget to share the videos you like on your social media and refer the channel to other friends. Help us to grow and be visible on YouTube, because as good as we are, we're still not easily visible. Guys, I gotta cut it off because it's going to go on, and obviously it's not gonna be that productive. Asim says, can you please advise what to do now? She loves me madly and I love her the same way. Don't understand what to do. What do you mean? Was there another question that I missed here? Asim says, sorry, I'm male, 32 years old, from India. Asim says, hi, my girlfriend is getting married to her ex-boyfriend, and she waited for her for 2 years. He doesn't know me. She can't marry me since I'm from another religion, and her parents don't agree. What can I do? They already got engaged and she still loves me. Oh, don't worry about it. This happens in India every time, every day. They get to know each other, they love each other, and then the parents don't agree. So one says, why the hell don't you guys talk with the parents before you even say hello to each other? If that's how strong the vote of the parents are. It is important for the parents to approve. It has some kind of a merits to it. But it can't be that strong that it messes up the whole thing that these two have put, in front of each other and treated each other. It's totally not good. They make decisions for everything about the child. It's good to help out, but the ultimate decision is theirs. And I don't agree with the fact that they ruin, their children's life by just the fact that they want someone from a different caste, or they want someone that they approve. All these things. Well, in some points, maybe it's okay because the parents of the girl want someone with money and all that so forth. That's always in the question. But suddenly the guy is left holding the bag, and after years or two spending time with the girl, suddenly parents don't agree. First of all, if that's the case and you can't get around that, why don't you guys, just as soon as to know each other or so sure of each other, go and talk to the parents, and if they say no, say, okay, what are we going to do? We're going to get our jobs, finish our school, get our jobs and get money, and then say the hell with it, we're going to get married anyhow. Or you just say, okay, the parents don't let it, so bye-bye. But that's weird to me. I don't understand that. So, but however, this is how it is in India, in most cases. So you will forget about her. Don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world. If she can do it, you can do it. If she can actually forget about you and go and marry somebody else, well, naturally you can also forget about her and go. And there's so many other women out there in India. So many wonderful women. It's 1.3 billion people. You can't find another one, more than one girl. You will. Even if you don't try, you will. So simmer down. Don't worry about it. If her parents are the way they are, and she can't do anything about it or doesn't want to do anything about it, well, forget it. Move on. Don't worry about it. If she's okay with it, then you should be okay with it. Don't fret it. All right. Asim, don't fret it. Don't sweat it. There are other girls. You're just 31. So many wonderful girls are out there now. Whether you want it or not, you will meet other girls. And everybody in India wants their girls to get married. So you've got that going for you. So be cool. And understand, this was a relationship. You got to know her. You learned a thing or two. She learned a thing or two. A duration of it is over. You got some experience. Now go on and become and build your life. Become independent. Have more money. And then you will also have more choices in women in that country anyhow. So you have a mission now. Make your life, build your life, do your best, and prepare for the next real woman, wife of yours that you're going to find. And until then, just be happy that you have a goal, trying to advance your life, build your life, and in time, when you're ready, you will see there's so many girls out there that you can't even say which one now. And you're going to come here and say, oh, I've got 5 girls, I don't know which one. Well, then there's a good problem, isn't it? The world hasn't come to an end with that girl. Okay, let her go. If that's what it is, well, it's not like she wanted to, but it happened, so okay, then she accepted it, you can accept it too. Don't be hotter soup than the container in it. What? No, don't be a container hotter than the soup in it. So in other words, if she can do it, don't be more than what she is. Like she can do it, you can do it. Don't be too sensitive more than she is. All right. Majid says, male, 33, 5'8", mostly moody. Shoe size 8 or 9, depending on who's asking. Athletic, built, fully Persian. Passport number. Hope that's enough. Well, I think it is, Majid. Now you can relax. Welcome. Welcome to my lair. How are you, Majid? Long time no see. Well, listen, guys. It is time for me to say goodbye. Majid, you're at the end of the show. Because it's been 2 hours and 30 minutes. We were supposed to have only 45 minutes or an hour max. And so we went way over. However, this is Sunday, so we did it. I wish you guys have a wonderful... So, yes, Majid, where the heck have you been? We've been here for 2.5 hours. Asim says, thanks so much. Majid says, good to see you, Mehran. See you soon. Yes, Majid, looking forward to see you next time for sure. Maddie says, thank you again. You're welcome, dear. And love you all, guys. And thank you for being here, letting me share some information with you. Don't forget to visit my site, mind@6truth.com. Make an appointment with me on Skype or write me a letter through the site, and I will respond to you and help the channel to grow. And make sure share the videos you like on your social media, and click on like if you haven't before you go, and click subscribes if you haven't as well. Yes, Sunny, thank you. Yeah, save it for the next time. So in the meantime, be good to yourself, to the others, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.